Oh, hey there. Hi. Hello. The sexiest people to ever grace the face of YouTube are all right here, right now. And I'm so glad that you would spend some of your weekend with me. It has been a week. It has been a whole entire week, y'all. A very good week, in fact. Let me just tell you this right now. I spent the week out in Texas with some of the best people that I have ever met, man. Some of you guys might know them as the Unsubscribed podcast. There's the Fat Electrician. There's Brandon Herrera, whose shirt I'm wearing right now because he's running for Congress. There's my boy Cody, the donut operator. There's Eli Double Tap. We're out there with angry cops. Rich was there the whole entire time. We had King Trout there. Oh my God, it was such a good time. And let me tell you this, man. A lot of people sleep on Texas. A lot of people sleep on Texas. But I'm going to tell you this right now. Texas is absolutely amazing. Yo, Mob Stopper, love you, homie. That's one of our day ones. And Sarah Beamer, thank you so much, sis. I love you. That's huge. Appreciate you. Sarah said, what's up, JD, you plop? For those of you who don't know, a plop is a slur that was made up. It's not really a slur. It's not like a bad slur, but it's a unsub slur. And I think it's hilarious. You also have Pepperbacks. You have Nick-ers, because the Fat Electrician's name is Nick. So Nick-ers. But it's C's. It's a C. It's a C. There's no G in the entire word, just so you know. Say hi to Eli in the after show. I have to shed a few tears. So much love and respect for you, Jax, Eli, and Jelly. I don't think it's on YouTube yet, so no spoilers, but damn good. Love you, brother. Sarah, I have not gotten to see it yet, but I was talking to Eli and Tex all day, man. What an incredible dude. Man, I have loved those guys so much. Going out there and spending time with them in Texas was such a huge blessing, as are you, Sarah. Thank you so much for that support and the kind words. I personally can't wait to see that episode because, he just made me feel so comfortable because he's such a genuine and kind, authentic dude. I was really able to talk more about my relationship with Jax, more about our history in ways and about stuff that I haven't talked about before. So it means so much to me that you came here and said that because it was a little vulnerable. I got a little vulnerable with Eli. You know what I'm saying? But he made it completely comfortable for me. And I love you, sis. Dominar, what is up? JD, just wanted to let you know that I'm a proud member of PETA. People eating tasty animals, my guy. I'm going to tell you this right now. I just had some ground turkey meal prep shit, which is pretty much, I eat that at least once a day. But I'm telling you, I really will mess a bird up, bro. I will all the way eat a cow. I got to go out. Let me just tell you a quick story before we get into this. Rich, Angry Cops. Some of y'all might know him from right here on the YouTube. Great guy. He took me out to a place in the middle of nowhere outside San Antonio, Texas. And we went to see my new friend, JT. Some of you might know him from Time for Pie or as one of the founders of the Black Rifle Coffee Company. And he has a beautiful house out there. He has Caleb Francis living with him. Heather Lynn lives with him. And he cooked us $500 tomahawk steaks. Got to kick it. This whole trip was so incredible. Having Cody, my friend donut operator, invite me into his new beautiful home was such an honor. He's an ex-law enforcement officer, and he felt comfortable enough to invite this 58-time convicted felon into his home and to let me pet his dogs. I mean, I got to go to his old house and everything, but his new home is so incredible. I got to see Jeeves again. I got to meet Doug, the golden retriever, and he let me play with his bomb squad robot, like the SWAT team bomb squad robot. That shit was incredible. Mob Stopper said, rearrange Ginger and you get the N-word. I'm not going to do that, brother. I'm allowed to say Ginger and put the hardest of ours on it. Ginger. But I don't do that other one, bro. But I love you. The Halley Gamer, great to see you, family. What's up? Only passed through it on the way down to Arizona and back, but I haven't had a bad experience yet. Let me tell you, man, the food, the people, I love me some Texas. What are they spelling out here? www. Oh, just wins? We're just winning? Okay, please don't spam, though. Please don't let me tell you something about our mods here. We have the best mods on the face of YouTube, bro. They are the best mods. And so I just want to tell you, please don't make them work harder than they need to work by spamming or trying to, troll or whatever. If you need some attention, we'll try to get that to you, but please don't make the mods work too hard. Fred, it's good to see you, homeboy. You know, I actually was bragging about what an incredible community we have here on one of the podcasts. I've actually did so many podcasts this week. I don't remember which one it was, but Fred, I actually mentioned you and how much we love you and how awesome it is that you just check in with us and let us know that you're still here and that we love you and you are in our prayers, homie. Alex said, is Honaki canonically dead after his most recent trip to Dr. Chippy? Who will Big Country Waller out now? Well, I think that he's going to just respawn outside of an elementary school, get rearrested, and land right back on D Block. That's kind of how I vision it going down. So you guys, Helen Gamer said you eat the Big Texan while you were there. I did not. I did not get a chance to do that, but I will be going back. That is definitely always going to be a thing because those dudes out there are family. Abby, yo, happy late birthday to Abby. Abby is now 22 years old. Happy birthday, Abby. We love you so much. Sorry that I didn't catch you on Wednesday, but I'm so glad to be able to say it to you publicly right now, sweetie. So look, we're going to be talking because yesterday some shit dropped and I was on planes all day long from Texas back here to the weird state of Oregon, right? And what it was those interviews. The interviews, you know what interviews I'm talking about. The interviews with Ghislaine Maxwell. And she said a lot of stuff that's kind of crazy. So we're going to be hearing a little bit about that because I need to talk about this. We were all hoping that maybe there was some chance that there was going to be some great reveal. So I want to get into what was revealed and what my take on the whole thing is. So we're going to jump in here real quick and Epstein was AIDS. I don't like this dude or his bitch. I don't like him one little bit. Here we go.
It's not what many in this town had hoped for. There's been this narrative that Trump has engaged in everything from the Ukraine to cracking down on crime in D.C. as a distraction of what Maxwell was going to reveal. So there is that dynamic. The fact is that there's nothing that has been so far revealed that would indicate that there was a major failure to prosecute an individual. This starts out with a discussion of daddy issues by Max.
Fucking daddy issues. Maxwell's daddy issues. Yeah. And who was her dad? Her dad was a famed Mossad agent. That's correct. He worked for the Israeli government. That's like their CIA. And he was an agent for them, which kind of brings to light who might have been pulling the strings behind all this, where Epstein got all that money, where Epstein got his connections, her daddy issues. But they won't say this on Fox News. They won't say it on MSNBC. They won't say it on CNN. But you know what? We're going to say it right here. We're going to say it right here, homie. Her dad was a Mossad agent, and Epstein was absolutely an operative that was working for them to get blackmail on world elites that they could use to their advantage by putting kids in situations where kids had horrific shit happen to them. And who was Maxwell in this situation? She was his handler. She was his handler. She was the one in charge of watching over him because they knew that he was a loose cannon. They knew that he was a liability, which is why eventually he Epsteined himself. Air quotes, because we all know that's not what really happened. One thing that I will say about this that was the only thing that shocked me, that she actually said this out loud with her disgusting mouth, because everything else she said, I think she was throwing lies and softballs, homie. I'm not going to lie. It was a big fat nothing burger. The one thing she said that I think is actually accurate and actually went against the narrative is she said she doesn't believe that Epsteined himself. Alex said, I'm so glad that Dr. Chippy was able to temporarily rehabilitate Honaki. There's no more successful rehabs in the future. Here's to more successful rehabs in the future. The wood chipper is the only appropriate or successful rehabilitation for somebody who sees kids in that light, homie. The Howling Gamer said the Ukraine issue. There was an attack on an American factory a day or two after the talks. Bet Trump won't do shit about that, though. I had not even heard about that. I have been so busy. Thank you for educating me on that, homie. Backwoods Templar said the only reason she is still above ground is she has someone somewhere with all that info with orders to release it if something happens to her. I think you hit that nail right on the head. I think the only reason she's still alive is because she has a kill switch. If she gets killed, it pops the switch and people get exposed. I think you're absolutely correct on that. Isaac Holder, Plop. I am a dirty pepperback Plop, sir. 100%. Love you, homie. So look, before we get back into this video, I want to read a couple things because we were talking at first, what he was talking about was the media being disappointed that we didn't get more, especially when it comes to Trump, because there were a lot of people who thought that there might be some information on Trump. I knew there wasn't going to be, bro. There's one person alone that could actually give her what she wants, which is a pardon. She wants a pardon. So the one person that could give her what she wants, there's no way she's going to speak bad on him. He holds the keys to her freedom. Without the freedom, without him, she's going to be in there for another decade and a half. What she said about President Trump. Maxwell maintained that she never witnessed President Trump in any inappropriate setting. She also stated that she did not recall any specific instances of Trump engaging in inappropriate behavior with masseuses or others in Epstein's circle. She, in fact, said that she never even saw him get a massage from any of the masseuses. Now, how reliable of a source is she on this? Like I just said, Trump has the keys to her life. She is a federal inmate. The only person who can pardon a federal inmate is Donald Trump. There is 0.0% chance she is going to expose him when he's the only one that can let her out. Convenient, right? She also spoke about Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the Health and Human Services Secretary. Maxwell mentioned that she and Epstein went on a dinosaur bone hunting trip with Kennedy in the Dakotas. What is it with rich fucking white people and doing weird shit, man? Weird shit. A dinosaur bone hunting trip. This trip was part of a broader discussion about her interactions with various prominent figures. Now, do y'all want to know about Bill Gates? Let's talk about Bill Gates. Maxwell was asked about Bill Gates, but she said she did not provide specific details about any inappropriate activity with him. She generally had difficulty recalling specific interactions between Epstein and powerful figures. Imagine that. Imagine that. Kevin Spacey, like other figures, she offered no real information. Prince Andrew, although not directly quoted in search results, Prince Andrew was mentioned in the context of Maxwell's interactions. She discussed her acquaintance with him and the circumstances surrounding their messages or their meetings, which included Epstein. Now, this one is one that I'm very interested in. This one is very interesting to me. Bill Clinton. Maxwell was questioned about former President Bill Clinton, but she did not provide any specific details about inappropriate behavior involving him. Her responses generally suggested a lack of knowledge about Epstein's interactions with powerful people. Because fucking of course they did. Because of course they did. This was always going to be a giant nothing burger. And that's just crazy. It's crazy that people thought there was going to be anything else. The Howling Gamer said, you want decent coverage on Ukraine? Watch Atur Rahi Niker. I'm going to pronounce that Niker. I'm going to assume that's how that goes. Daily videos on it. Thank you so much, Howling Gamer. Abby said she's got convenient amnesia here. Absolutely convenient for her freedom and her life. 100%. Absolutely. This really was exactly what I expected it to be, which was absolutely nothing.
Well, the type of thing you would normally hear in a pre-sentencing hearing with a judge, saying that, you know, there are mitigating factors here. It's clear that she wants some type of deal. She already has a bit of an upgrade in where she is currently incarcerated.
Now, an update on that, because I'm not sure if he's going to speak on it. I haven't watched this before, but I just want to let you know. And Dylan, I like dinosaurs too, but I don't have time or money as a white poor to go dinosaur bone hunting on a private jet. It's just weird to me that these people did. So maybe I'm being classist against the rich and their fucking hobbies or whatever, but so she got, not only did she get moved to a minimum security that's like a federal camp cupcake type situation, but they just moved someone out for doing an interview on the news, calling Ghislaine a disgusting sexual predator. And that person was at the same prison as her. And they moved that woman out for criticizing a convicted child predator. The fuck? That's crazy. The Helen Gamer said, near, the Q was a typo. Sorry, dude. It's okay. It's okay. I could see myself trying to pronounce it and saying one of the no-no words. One of the no-no words that starts with an N. So I wasn't sure exactly how to tackle that one. But I love you, homie. I appreciate you.
But, you know, you talked about a type of reduction of sentence motion, and that ordinarily doesn't occur unless you have far more substantial cooperation, like testifying at a trial. Any type of commutation, let alone a pardon, would unlikely come until the end of Trump's term. So far, this has not moved the news story that much, with the exception of being that sort of Sherlock moment of the dog not barking.
And I do believe that he does have a point there. I don't think that I think that they told her, hey, look, you don't expose anybody that you're not supposed to expose. You don't rock the boat, but you give us this interview that we can release to the public. I think they plan to release this to the public the entire time. And I think that they said, you know, you're going to have to sit tight till towards the end of Trump's current presidency. And then right before he jumps out, he's going to give you a pardon. Because yes, it doesn't meet the normal burden of like being able to get, like, you know, for information, a proper trade. But I think by the end of Trump's presidency, he can't run again. So I don't think he's generally going to care what people think about him at that point. I think that he's just going to run this out towards the end. Yeah, I think that he'll absolutely give her a pardon. Abby said the only dinosaur they'd see is a Petasaurus Rex. Holy shit, is that terrifying? And Justin Cameron said, to JD News Network, the only news you can trust. Love you, Justin. Good to see you here with us today.
And what you can take from that.
Yeah. She makes some comparison in here to the Epstein list being something like a Salem witch trial. What do you take away from that, Jonathan?
Well, the list is probably the most newsy aspect so far. You know, there has been this speculation that there's this hidden list, the insurance policy.
I think it absolutely exists, but I also think that it has videos. I mean, there's no currency on the face of the planet that could be worth as much as videos of people like Bill Gates, Donald Trump, Bill Clinton. You know, and honestly, it was released that Hillary Clinton was on that island multiple times as well. You know, all of these people, these major players on the world stage, having them in your pocket would be an absolute huge currency. That's worth more than anything else that you could possibly imagine. I mean, that's worth more than its weight in gold and way more than any Bitcoin. That's absolutely crazy. And, you know, if they use it, once they use it, the person they use it on is probably going to expose the other people because they probably have that shit too. They probably know because they were there with the weirdos doing the weirdo shit. You know what I'm saying? So they probably know that shit too. And as soon as they use it on one, that person is probably going to leak that info to try to get leniency. So look, I want to dive into for a second here a little bit of what Asmund had to say about this because I thought it was really concise.
Yeah, wow. Pardon, here we come. Well, here's the problem, right? Is that Trump has violated the trust, and I think that I think the way that he's acted has made people distrustful of him, and because of that, anything that he says and anything that people do, like she could be telling the truth or she could be lying. Do you see what I'm saying? Nobody knows whether she's telling the truth or not. And I think that if he hadn't been so suspicious about how he handled the Epstein stuff and they hadn't done such a bad job handling it at the beginning.
And that's the thing is that Trump did this to himself the entire way. Everybody out there who is railing on Trump, like it wasn't even that big of a thing, even with the Democrats, until he started acting shady as fuck. Trump brought this on himself with his own behavior, with the way that he was like, yeah, stop talking about Epstein. Who cares about Epstein? Literally, honestly, everybody cares about that shit, homie. Everybody cares about that shit. He acted so suspicious that he ended up bringing all of this on himself. People weren't that focused on him with this shit until he fucking brought it on himself, which is crazy work. It's crazy work. He made himself look more guilty than anyone else in this situation. It's always his big old mouth that makes him look guilty. If you look back at his history of talking about his own daughter, of talking about getting to go backstage at these beauty pageants, about grabbing women by the pussy, his mouth is classically the thing that makes him look the worst.
You wouldn't be seeing this amount of skepticism. But because of that, I think that now you are seeing the skepticism, and there's a lot of people that just don't believe anything that they're saying, especially for a pardon, but I would believe it. Yeah, I don't know, man. Trump was always innocent. We always knew. I love this. As we knew, I know my president. I don't think that anybody, you should not trust a serial sex trafficker, pedophile, to be telling the truth.
She has zero credibility. Even just because of who she is, she has no credibility in this. But the fact that Trump literally holds the keys to her freedom and she has every reason to slurp it from his tip right now, she has no motivation to expose him and every motivation to cover for him. He's the only one who can let her out of prison in the whole world. Jensen said, was watching your video about the Crocs when I saw this live. Hey, welcome. Love you. Glad to have you here.
Now, you shouldn't also assume that she's lying, but you shouldn't, like, this is a thing where you trust but verify. Obviously, you cannot be sure that this is happening, but at the same time, you can have a general idea, right? She said never saw, does not clear him. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, maybe she was not involved or she didn't see it happen, but it happened anyway. I mean, there's a lot of ways that this could go down that would not necessarily really exclude that reality. So yeah, put her on a lie detector test. You realize that stuff doesn't work, right? I mean, like, why is every single deposition not done with a lie detector test?
Do you guys want to know how to beat a lie detector test? This was told to me by a dude who used to work for the CIA, and he said that you focus on clenching your butthole while you're telling the truth, and then when you lie, unclench. I don't know how true that is, but I figured I'd give the information to y'all in case you ever find yourself in a wonky situation. Awesome Jake said, did you ever do any time with anyone you went to school with? No, I did not. I did not. I knew people that were locked up that I went to school with, but we weren't at the same prisons. There were dudes from the West Side Gangsters that were locked up while I was locked up, but we were at separate prisons. Dominar said, JD, that white can you are drinking from has my ex-wife's nickname on it. Yeah, that's what's up, dog. Sorry if it brings back triggering or traumatic memories, brother. I'm here for you.
Well, the reason why is because it's not accurate. Like, if it was accurate, everybody would be using it. Yeah, they're not reliable. It's like kind of like reading it's one step up from body language readers, where it's like, yes, sometimes this is true, but it's not true at a ratio that's high enough that you can use it as a frame of evidence or a frame of proof that somebody is or isn't doing something. So yeah, sorry guys. Canada pulled back its tariffs. Yeah, I'll look at it in a second, but let me focus on this first. And so yeah, let me see if I can find the other post about this.
Now, the cool thing about that, I'm just going to interject really quick, is that Canada and the U.S. seem to be working out their issues with the tariffs. And it does look like it's going to work out for both countries in the long run. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen, the CIA is in the house. CIA! Shh, nothing is happening. You can always trust the government. We have your best interests at mind. Just kidding. I'm El Derpington. Yeah, what's up, man? Love you, bro. From your recent Roblox live, just stopping in to say hi before I go into work. El Derpington, I love you, dog. It's so good to see you. I'm glad I know that CIA is El Derpington now. And in fact, since El Derpington is such a good friend of this channel, and I've got so many of you here, I want you to know, if you see me in public, please come and say hi. If any of you beautiful human beings ever see me in public, I want you to know, out of my own pocket, I bought stickers. I bought 1,500 stickers. These are not for sale. You cannot buy these anywhere. I had these made just to be able to hand them out to people when they come say hi to me, as a incentive to, if you see me, just say, yo, or wood chipper. And I'll be like, hey, what's up, man? Let me get you one of these. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to carry them with me everywhere that I go, because I just wanted to let you guys know that I might look like the biggest, scariest dude in the world. I know that I don't. But I want you to know how friendly I am. I literally invested. I paid hundreds of dollars to get a shitload of these stickers made so that when you guys come and say hi, I have something to give you that no one else has. The only way to get one is to meet me and to say what's up. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have them in my car, Unwanted Ghost. I'm going to have them in my tactical bag that I carry with me. I'm going to have them everywhere that I go. I'm going to try to never leave home without them, because anytime somebody sees me in public and they say what's up, I want to be able to do something special for them because I love you guys. You know what I'm saying? Also, speaking of stuff and things, let me do this real quick because a lot of you guys have asked me to do this. And I want you guys to know that when you ask me to do things, I listen. I listen. I'm a good listenist. So this is my merch shop right here. And a lot of you guys had asked me to make hoodies. So we added hoodies. So far, we have done the Florida Around and Find Out, which is actually our biggest seller. I think partially because it's super dope and partially because people tried to cancel me for it. And a lot of you guys were like, you can't fucking cancel JD for that shit. Fuck you. And you crazy animals went out and bought the shit that made people want to fucking cancel me. And I love you guys so much for that, because that was such a huge fuck you to the people who have been and continue to try to cancel me. So also there is the Mr. Chippy, a big wood chipper that says JD Delay 5150. Also, if you guys have seen the AI that Big True made of me and Bigfoot and Yeti hunting for pedos and putting them in the wood chipper, this is the wood chipper right here, Mr. Chippy. And the Make Pedophiles Afraid Again wood chipper hoodie. It's in the woods. It's blood everywhere. It says Make Pedophiles Afraid Again. These are the hats that I currently have up. And these are the stickers that we have currently. And as far as shirts, we have the It Is What It Tism, the Wood Chipper Tribe, which is for all of y'all because we're all Wood Chipper Tribe. And of course, the other ones that we just talked about that have the hoodies and the You Loot We Shoot and the JD Delay logo. So this is my merch site. Just so I wanted to show this off real quick because Bunker Branding The same guys from Unsubscribe, like Nick, the fat electrician, is a partial owner. Demolition Ranch started this. This is their thing, and they've allowed me to be on there. I did pin the link at the top comment if you guys want to check it out. You guys are more than welcome to go check it out. And you guys asked for hoodies, we put them up. Vostok Film said, hey, JD, it's off topic, but I heard the Supreme Court ruled 6-3 that the 1934 NFA and other gun laws banning machine guns is unconstitutional. Sadly, Pam Bondi and the current administration is mad. Well, I think it doesn't really matter if they're mad when the Supreme Court says something. And I live with a lot of hope that Pam Bondi, I'm not a huge Pam Bondi fan, just personally. I don't know that she's going to be in there a whole lot longer. I think her mishandling of this Epstein shit that made Trump look hella more guilty than he needed to. I personally think that she is probably going to get replaced at some point. Abby said, you need to make those patches I sent you. I'm working on it. Patches are difficult. But I'm working on getting patches because I personally am a huge patch fan. You know, I've got my cut. I love to put patches on it. I know other people do too. Dakota said, my son was essayed by his mom for 6 years. She is in jail waiting for trial. He is 13. I hope that prison justice gets to her before she can even go to trial. And I hope that your son does not have to go through a trial. I hope somebody takes her off the planet for that, to be honest with you. And I pray for your son's healing with that situation. I'm sorry. That is an absolute nightmare. Shocker. Pam Bondi is going to be the scapegoat for Sir Cheats at golf. Sir Cheats at golf. Did anybody see the new South Park last night? Anybody here see the new South Park last night? So the first 2 episodes of this season of South Park, I thought was fucking incredible. And the 3rd episode, they even made us wait an extra week. I thought it was an absolute dump. I thought it was a miss, bro. I was not impressed. I didn't even think it was funny. Sky 95 Puncher, thank you, homie. How are pimps treated in prison? I got this neighbor that was arrested for forcing women into prostitution and want to hurt him due to him yelling at women and children. He won't fight. Imagine that. A dude who preys on women and children doesn't want to fight a grown man. So pimps are considered sex offenders, but here's the thing is that a lot of the time, pimps are not. The majority of pimps that at least I've met in my lifetime do not have the same complexion that I do. Most of them have been black. And different races have different politics around sex offenders. For some reason, and pimping and pandering is a federal charge. So just to be clear about this, I never saw pimps in the state prison that were there for pimping because it's a federal charge. You go to the feds, but I don't think they get the same treatment that they would. Like if a white dude went in as a pimp, the white dudes would fuck him up. But I don't think the majority of pimps are white. Backwoods Templar, what is up, family? Hey, man, you are the WWE champion in my friends and my WWE Universe mode we got going on the WWE 2K25. You are the champion, man. Found you in Community Creations. Dude, that is so lit. That is so lit. I love that I've got a character in that. Thank you so much, homie. Seth said, super busy. What's up, bro? Busy at work, but I thought I'd say what's up. It's good to see you here, Seth. Love you, homie. Juan Doe said, I reside in the state of Florida, and my daughter has been essayed by my ex-wife's boyfriend. Nothing has been done, and the police will not help, and no lawyer help. My daughter lives there. Please help. So here's what I'm going to tell you, homie. If the local PD won't do anything about it, go to the sheriff's office, the county sheriff's office, and ask to talk to somebody who works in SVU, Special Victims Unit. If that doesn't work, escalate it to the state police. If you don't get your desired effect there, take it to the FBI. Keep escalating it Go all the way to the fucking top. I've had to tell somebody in Florida this recently because they were going through a very similar situation, and it's heartbreaking, but sometimes you have to be the advocate for your kid, and this is part of that, homie. And I love you, and I pray that you guys get justice. Vostok Film said, also, did you know that arranged marriages as young as 16 are legal in California? I did know that, and I want you to know that it hasn't been that long that they've even had the prerequisite of 16. For a long time, there was no legal age for marrying off a child in California. It's only recently, fairly recently, that they made it you had to be 16 with parental consent. T. Jones, big love. Anthony Cavasso, what's up, my dog? Hey, JD, how are you? Just saw a movie with my family yesterday. We saw the Fantastic Four movie, loved it. Was it good? Who here has seen the Fantastic Four movie and thought it was good? I have problems with stuff with Pedro Pascal in it because of how weird and gropey he is towards women. And I was kind of glad to hear that they are taking him out of the new Avengers movie. He was going to be the lead. Kind of stoked they took him out of it. But if you guys tell me that it's good, I would be stoked to actually see it if it's good. Corey Kraft, what's up, my brother? How you doing, big dog? Love you, man. Asimov's Prophet. JD, I'm guessing you aren't getting paid for being in the WWE game since you don't know, but shouldn't you be? Man, I'm cool with it. I'm just happy to be there. I'm assuming it's someone that's a fan, or somebody from this community, somebody that's, that I love and have love for, that wanted to make a JD so they could use me as a character. I'm just happy to be there, dude. It's not about money. It's just about, it's cool, man. Somebody did that. I fucking think it's an honor, in my opinion. It's an honor that you guys listen to me. It's an honor that on a Saturday, you guys are hanging out. I love you guys. I don't care about money. We're all just friends here, homie. That bearded and tattooed guy, what is up? Your video about about consent age brought the pedophiles. Did it? I didn't get a chance to really monitor the comments too much, but here's my problem with raising the age of consent. The problem with raising the age of consent is that allows people that are older to legally have relations with people that are younger. Right now, if you're 17, it's legal for you to do sex stuff with a 12-year-old. If you raise it to 24, like these women are talking about in their videos, that allows 23-year-olds to do sex stuff legally with 12-year-olds. And I don't like that. As somebody with a 12-year-old daughter, I'll fucking kill everybody. I'll take everybody off the planet if some 23-year-old is legally allowed to do sex stuff to my daughter. I'll kill motherfuckers dead, bro. I'll do that shit. Roxana Shepard said, hey, JD, I saw the Katy Perry video. Any update? We don't have an update yet. She has been subpoenaed. She's going to have to go and actually show up in court herself to testify for this situation where she's trying to take a disabled veteran who is dying. She's taking his home away from him. Now, she did pay. Well, she signed a contract to pay him for his home, but he was actually just got out of surgery. He was heavily medicated, and he wasn't in the right frame of mind. All he wants is to live out his remaining years in his home, and Katy Perry's taking that from him. Now, she has a history of this. She actually got a nunnery, and the nuns took her to court because they were trying to keep their nunnery, and Katy Perry took them to court, and one of the nuns was so stressed out, she literally had a heart attack and died in court. Raymond Whitaker, you punk motherfucker, you are gone. Fuck you and the cunt you crawled out of, you slimy piece of shit. I don't like you or your face or anyone who fucks like you. Get gone. AI Adon Art, what is up, family? Sending good vibes from Phoenix, Arizona. That's what's up, homie. I really want to go to Phoenix. I've never made it out there. I've heard it's great. Myself and two other coworkers walk around in veterans' homes installing mobility products and saying, wood chipper, for hours on end. Take care and thanks for all the content. I love you, homie. That makes me so happy to know that y'all are out there mobbing like that. Huge love and respect to you, dude. So Marine's Blood said, what the fuck is wrong with people? This is my first hearing the attempt to change that. Disgusting. Well, here's the thing, Marine's Blood. Just to clarify, these women are doing it on the pretext that they believe that women that are 18 shouldn't be legal game for older men to have sex with because their brains aren't fully formed until they're 25. So they want to raise the age of consent to 24. But these chicks just didn't think it through, I don't think. I don't think they thought about the effect on the back end of that allowing 23-year-olds to do sex stuff with 12-year-olds. I think they were just like, protect the 18-year-olds. But like, let's face it, man. At 24 or 25, are the majority of people's brains fully formed? So there was a scientific study that people were saying, your brain's fully developed then, and that's been debunked. But I know people in their 40s whose brains aren't fully formed, man. I just want to protect kids. And in my opinion, at 18, if you're enough of an adult to go and join the army and fight and die for your country, you're old enough to go, hey, I'm going to fuck. That just, to me, it makes sense that that's a jumping off point. Keeps the peels. Yo, what's up, man? Gallons of fuel for the chippy. Love you, homie. I appreciate you. Natty Native Noise. Sup, JD? Hope you good. Darksider 4 is finally confirmed. Oh, that's going to be a banger, homie. That's going to be a banger. Huge love to you. Corey Graff said, doing good, bro. Got a lot of moving parts coming. I'm moving back to Illinois. Oh, shit. Hell yeah. Going to train for my operators before my apprenticeship during day. Work 5 to 1:30 p.m. Work my second job. Going to work on losing weight. Man, you got a lot on your plate, bro, but I believe in you. And I believe you got this, homie. Fucking keep moving forward. Keep pressing and pushing, dude. You're an amazing human being, and I know what you do for your family. Dylan Schultz said, any plops in here? I think there's a lot of plops in here. Raise your hand if you're a plop or a pepperback or a nicker. Raise your hand. We got any of the unsub family in here? I heard that they are starting to delete comments where people use the word plop or pepperback, which would be amazing if YouTube's algorithm picked up on a fake slur and got tricked like that. I think that would be hilarious. Vostok Films. What Katy Perry did is absolutely disgusting. As a 27-year-old man whose family fought in the Revolutionary War, Civil War, and both world wars, she needs a mandatory 8 years service. Jail is too easy for her. I think that she is just an all-out disgusting human, bro. I think she is a disgusting human. Sarah Beamer, proud plop and pepperback. I know you are. I knew you were a pepperback the second you said you saw Say Hi to Eli, the new interview that I just did with Eli Double Tap, because it hasn't even landed on YouTube yet. And I've been getting texts from people like Nick, the Fed electrician. His dad hit me up and he's like, bro, that interview was so good. So if you guys aren't following Say Hi to Eli, you should go sub to Say Hi to Eli. It's Eli Double Tap from the Unsubscribed podcast. His next video is going to be me and him, and he's interviewing me, and it's one of the more vulnerable, genuine interviews I think that I've ever done, because to be honest with you, he's just so easy to talk to. Such a good dude. Trial Junkies, what's up? How you doing? Big love and respect from me, Jackson the Pups. Is Trump redeemed yet? No. He acted sketchy, bro. He acted too fucking sketchy. He put himself in this shit. It was really, honestly, all on him. All he had to do was not act guilty. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. But he went the opposite direction of not suspicious. He made himself look guilty, and now everybody's like, you know? And honestly, Pam Bondi didn't do him any damn favors. And the fact that Patel and Bongino went so hard and then came out ghost pale white, like just cold sweats talking about, so Epstein did it to himself and there's nothing to see here. Please let our families live in an interview was crazy. Corey Graff said, as much as I don't want to think I'm going to not worry about dating during this time, where's the Grady Judd interview? When you are trying to advance your life, sometimes focusing on yourself is the biggest power move you can make, homie. That's what I did in early recovery. And then by the time I was ready to actually think about involving myself with somebody else, that's when I met Jax, and it changed my life. Sheriff Grady Judd interview, I will be releasing this week. Backwoods Templar. I had working girls proposition me when I was 13. They were at least 25 plus, grew up a dealer's kid, and they were not good looking either. Arkansas, Jesus. Bro, yeah, it do be like that sometimes. Vostok Films. I know it's cringe, but you and the unsubscribed guys are definitely should try Milsom West. Bring some blank firing guns and have at it. Man, I can't even touch a gun, even if it's blanks. Being a 58-time felon, I can't, bro. I saw more guns this week than I've ever seen in my life. And I was with an actual active police officer most of this time. I ain't touched nothing. Oh, airsoft. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I can do airsoft. I could totally do airsoft. Yeah, that shit I can do. The catalog said, 7th generation Texas here. Whoop, whoop. And what my home has done to women's rights disgusts me. How the F can you support a Republican there? I know you are a good man. What have they done to women's rights? And how does me supporting Brandon Herrera, how is that disgusting? Have you talked to Brandon or taken the time to research what his beliefs are and what his goals are? Because not everybody in a Republican Party is going to have the same type of shit going on as far as what they want to do. I'm not a Republican, nor am I a Democrat, but I believe in Brandon Herrera. And I believe that he is doing what he's doing out of the right motivations, that he wants to do things for our country, for our people, and that he stands and will die for our Constitution and our country. So I don't know where all your anger is coming from. I don't know what you're referring to. You're being incredibly vague, but you're going to have to do a little better. Anthony Gavassos, I saw one of those beauty pageants, little girls on stage. I wrote in the comments how creepy and unethical I feel this was, and everyone in the comments dismissed me. I guess I'm out of touch in the crazy one. You're not, dog. Look, honestly, it's fucking crazy that we ever had pageants that sexualize children in any way, shape, or form. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Who here supports Brandon Herrera for Congress? 23rd District, Texas. I want to see him go in there and shake shit up. T. Jones, get off of here and take your girl Jax on a date. My brother, I would love to do that, but we got kids and a bunch of shit going on. We don't leave the house that often, man. I wish that I could take her on a date, but honestly, neither of us are that comfortable in public anyway. We like to just chill in bed and watch stuff and hang out and bullshit. That's kind of our zone. Corey Graff, YouTube will delete comments without notifications. I commented on Dr. Insanity's latest video quoting Sheriff Grady Judd, and YouTube deleted it. Bro, I can tell you that I get notifications for comments, and then I'll click on it to go and reply to it, and it'll be gone. And I'll go to comment, and by the time I hit post, it'll tell me that I can't comment that. It's crazy. YouTube has a lot of censorship going on, you guys. It really does. Trial Junkie said, public is overrated. Facts. I don't like going out that much, to be honest with you. I like staying at home. That's why if you see me out in public, come say hi. You'll make me feel better about being out in public, and I'll give you one of these stickers that you cannot buy. You cannot buy these stickers. I printed up hundreds of dollars worth of these stickers just to be able to give to you guys if you guys see me in public. So you'll have something completely limited edition, something that nobody else has, you know? Abby, it's not outside that bothers me. It's that it's too people-y, and a lot of those people are fucking weird. That's why it makes me feel better when people from this community come say hi, because I know you're good people, and I fuck with you, and I love you. Oh, I know a lot of people asked me to do a collab with Nerdrotic. A lot of people asked me to do a collab with Nerdrotic. I had sushi with Nerdrotic and the Unsub Boys in San Antonio, and it was absolutely incredible. Hey, Bear Gibson, I love you so much, man. I love you so much, and I'm sorry if you know, I know that you've said it publicly, which is the only reason that I was willing to talk about it publicly. But I just want you to know how much it means to me and to Jax and to my entire family that you named your son Alan. And I had to share that with Eli. I had to. It meant you mean so much to us, bro. And Alan means so much to us. And Ash, we love you. From my family to your family, we are always cheerleading for you. We are always in your fucking corner. For those of you who don't know, Bear's been with us for a long time now. And we've seen Bear go through some hard stuff and come out on top and win in such an incredible way. And then he actually named his son after my kid that we lost. And it's such an honor. So I talked about that in my interview with Eli Double Tap, the Say Hi to Eli interview, because it just meant so much. I was talking about this community and how beautiful and how great you are. I'm pretty sure that I mentioned Fred and I talked about Alan and Bear. I love you guys, man. I love all you guys. Vostok Films. JD, what's your favorite war film? I am tied with Saving Private Ryan and Apocalypse Now. I would have to say Apocalypse Now because it's just so gritty. It's just so dirty, bro. It's so fucking dirty, man. And I think that it gives a pretty crazy view of what war is. Alex C, newer viewer, JD, but you are a real one, dude. Keep doing what you're doing. Alex C, welcome. Here's a big old internet hug, homie. And that way you don't even get the sweat because I'm a sweaty bitch, dog. You know what I'm saying? But I'm so glad to have you here. Welcome to the community. This is another family for you. We are all family here, and I love you. Krim said, who would love to see JD in 60 days in? It would be lit. So here's the thing. I got offered 60 days in when I had like 120,000 followers on TikTok and hadn't even started a YouTube yet. And I turned it down. I will never do 60 days in. I was not willing to do 60 days in. It was $60,000 for 60 days to go in there. But here's the thing is I have to sit down at a table and break bread with motherfuckers, act like I'm their friend, and then go report them to staff. That's snitching, dog. That's snitching. In my book, I can't do that, bro. I can't sit with a motherfucker and act like I'm his friend to gather information to take to the man, bro. That's not what's up. So I turned him down. And at the time, let me just tell you, at the time, I was dirt fucking poor, dog. I was dirt fuck. I made $300 a week and my rent was $11.50 a month. I was taking side jobs wherever I could get them so that me and Jax could just eat. You know what I'm saying? But I turned that shit down. It was a lot like my situation with the Mr. Beast situation. $500,000 sounded real good. Could have paid off my parents' whole mortgage if I would have won that. But I couldn't do it, man. I just couldn't do it. And you know what? When it comes down to it, every time I turn down something that doesn't sit right with my heart and my conscience and who I am morally, bigger things come. And I think if I would have done 60 days in, I think I wouldn't have the community that I have here because it would have shown a lack of integrity, homie. The same with doing the Mr. Beast thing. I can't let all you guys down. You guys know who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? I take it very seriously that you guys listen to me and that you guys ride out with me. I don't ever want to let any of you down. I care about you guys. So doing something that's shady, I couldn't do that, man. Abby said, did you say you have the best mods? I did say that I have the best mods. I've said it like 2 or 3 times. Has Ian done it? Ian has not done 60 days in. Ian did do the Mr. Beast thing. I want to talk about this publicly. I've talked about it before. Ian is his own man. Ian is not a convict. Ian was an accidental fucking criminal, and he was not fully aware. Ian doesn't have time to sit and watch all my content. Ian wasn't fully aware of the situation. He didn't know what went on to the full entirety of what happened with Delaware. Ian got offered an opportunity. He saw it as a way for him to be able to pay back his restitution. He takes that very fucking seriously. The entire time I've known Ian, he's had $500,000 hanging over his head that he owes to people, and Ian doesn't want to owe people and be a deadbeat. There's other dudes out here who have restitution and they have a minimum payment of $100 a month and they barely pay that. Anytime Ian gets money, instead of buying himself something nice, he pays off his restitution. I stand by my friend and his decision for what was right for him. It wasn't right for me. And that's why I turned it down. But I will always ride out with my friends and what they think is best for them, as long as they're not hurting anybody, bro. Alex C. Thanks, dude. It's an easy jump from unsub to here. Y'all are my kind of people. And yo, Alex, bro, I just got to tell you, those dudes are exactly the dudes that you see on video in real life and in person. I spent the whole week with them from morning till really late at night, just hanging out, kicking it. Those are some of the best dudes I've met in my life, and it was an honor to be accepted by them, bro. They're great human beings. Backwoods Templar, what's your thoughts on Beyond Scared Straight? I don't think it's really effective. I think that what you're seeing there with kids is you're seeing kids that had some sort of severe trauma and it made them act out. And I think that further traumatizing them is only going to drive them farther in the wrong direction. I think what they need is some actual therapy. It's cool that they get a taste of the reality, but, at the same time, I don't think that that's the way to do it. I don't think that that's the helpful way to go. Fred, I love you, brother. Corey Graff, if sheriffs need snitches, then they're not doing their job. Guarantee you Grady Judd, Mike Chitwood, and other Florida sheriffs don't need snitches. Bro, look, man, I'm going to let you know, from doing time in the state of Florida, them COs, if you snitch at them COs, they think you're a fucking lame, bro. I had a dude snitch on me, and the CO came and told me, hey, that grimy little piece of shit just told me that you threatened him. And I'm like, all right, bet. And he's like, I'm going to leave for a while. I'm taking a break. I got to go put hands on that dude, man. So people think that the cops are going to like them if they snitch. They don't respect you, dog. They don't respect you for fucking snitching. Dr. Dre said it was the sexiest Texas tour. I'm glad you fixed that typo. I did. I saw it. Alex, thank you so much, my dude. Hell yeah. Yo, brother, thank you. Treat Jax to a nice dinner, my dude. You and her deserve it. Bro, thank you so much, my dude. I can't tell you how much that means to me. From me and Jax, welcome to the community. We love having you here, and thank you so much. That was so generous and kind, man. What a nice thing to do, bro. I appreciate you. I love you so much. Jack the Ripper said they hate us all equally. That I have found not to be true when it comes to correctional officers. When it comes to correctional officers, there's different types of correctional officers, because there's ones that are actually just there to do their job and get the fuck out. And I don't think they generally hate the people. They're just there to do a job. But there's ones that are like the ones who got like beat up in high school, and now they get a little bit of fucking power and authority, and they want to take it out on everybody. And I could see them hating everyone equally. But here's the thing, is that when you are a snitch, they just instantly don't respect you, because, like, honestly, I'm going to tell you this right now. The COs, at least in Florida, are their own gang. They watch each other's backs. They have loyalty to each other to a certain extent. So when they see that you're that type of dude, they don't fuck with you. Alex C., much love back to you. JD, watching some of your videos and hearing your story has helped me to deal with some shit. That is the biggest compliment. That is the biggest compliment, dude, Thank you so much for saying that, because that means that something that I'm doing matters. That means that something that I'm saying is reaching the ears it needs to hear. And whether that gives you, a feeling of like, this is the way, or, even if it just means that, man, someone else understands and I'm not alone. I know what it's like to feel completely alone and then hear somebody else say something that's like how I feel or what I've been through. And it goes, fuck, I'm not the only one. So thank you so much for saying that, my dude. Keep the peels. Pew pew to pedo. This round's on me. Hell yeah, brother. Appreciate you. Multinice? I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. I tried. Snitches and chomos are what COs hate the most. And that's the thing, is some COs hate chomos, but some COs like them because they know they're less of a threat than an actual gangster and an actual criminal, man. Alex said, you'll have a bigger impact on more people than you'll ever know, JD. God bless, brother. God bless you too. God bless you too, homie. Thank you for encouraging me. Some days it's hard to see if I'm making a difference. Some days it's really hard to know if what I'm doing is actually having an impact. So when people tell me that, like, it means so much to me, dude, because like this really is, it's important to me that we build this community and that people don't feel alone and that people can come here and get encouragement and get love and that we all are doing this together, man. Like you guys, each and every one of you guys is as much of a fucking part of this community as I could ever be, dog. This is all of ours. Fred Marine said, you're definitely making a difference, JD. No doubt about it. And I love you, brother. I love you. And it makes me so happy every time I see you in the chat because you're still here with us. And I know that some days that's not fucking easy, man, because I've been there and I love you, bro. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to jump off here and get some dinner with Miss Jax. I love you and I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a great weekend. We are going to be back tomorrow night. I know that I didn't do any lives this week. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave you guys hanging. But I was with Unsub the whole week. Bear Gibson's girl, Ash, said, this is Ash. I'm stealing Bear's phone. I just need to tell you that you, Jax, and the Wood Chipper tribe have helped my husband so much. I get to live with the real Bear now. You are our family. You are family to us. And we love you, Ash. We love you, Bear. We love you, Alan. And I love each and every one of you guys, man. Ash, thank you so much for saying that. I love you guys. Alex said, take care, JD. Best to you and Jackson, the tribe. I love you guys. I'm going to be back tomorrow night. We'll be hanging out. Same exact time, same exact community. Till then, one love, baby. Be good or be good at it.